Welcome to Penang, the destination in Malaysia, the country that says it's truly Asia. We've just landed into the Penang International Airport. A pretty basic flight on the Jetstar. The airport looks pretty basic as well. Penang is a small state. Penang is a small state, and hence we weren't expecting much out of the airport as well. Just came out of the Penang International Airport and we booked a Grab. So the plan was to take a public transport. The bus goes out from here to the Georgetown in about 2 or 3 Malaysian ringgits. However, since our flight was delayed quite a bit and we only had a day in Penang, so we are trying to save some time on that front, and hence Grab made more sense, at least for the first drop to the hotel. And Penang is known as the food paradise of Malaysia. It is a destination where every food lover would want to come in. It is a melting pot of various cultures. It is more of a small town which has preserved its culture, and you can still see the old kind of buildings and how people used to live in earlier times. While it's a bustling city nowadays and it's trying to develop with tourism and industries coming up, but it is going to be way different from the Singapore which we are coming from, or Kuala Lumpur where we'll go next. But for now, let's explore Penang and show you a glimpse of what this salt and spice city of Malaysia is. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. So we've just checked into our hotel, the Tune Hotels, the red and white building that you see behind me. It's a decent cozy room for the price that we are paying for it. So kind of makes sense. Now the aim is to first go to Penang Hills and take that funicular ride up the hill and see if we can go to Habitat and do some activities at this hour, which is not an ideal one because of all the sun, but still. Arrived at the funicular ticket station, the lower station of Penang Hill. Let's get the ticket. Hi, ticket for the funicular. 1 person. Yes. We've got our tickets for the funicular. These were 30 Malaysian ringgit for the round trip, which is about 600 rupees more or less. Let's get to the train now. We are at Penang Hill lower station. Let's go up and see what all activities are there. Welcome to Penang Hill. Finally, we've taken the funicular ride that has brought us to 721 meters above the sea level. It was an interesting ride uphill. The slope was pretty steep, and the views of the slopes down there, the city down there, the Penang city down there, was amazing to say the least. For light-hearted, it could even be an adventure sport of sorts, given the steep slope and the speed with which the train was running at. So we've come to the top now. There are a number of activities out here on the Penang Hill, including the famous habitat and the canopy walk. Let's go and see what all we can cover in the time that we have. Come, come, come. Thankfully, if you remember when we started, it was pretty sunny out there. The sun seemed to almost cast apprehensions on what we would be able to do here at Penang Hill. But the weather has suddenly changed, right? The sun has gone out. It's slightly drizzling as well. Clouds are here, so it's not as hot as we thought it could be. So we just entered the habitat, the UNESCO recognized biodiversity area here in Penang. That's one of the most common or most popular attractions when you are here on the Penang. Interesting that it shows British hill stations in Asia, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are in India. There is a lot of references for India. There was a wall art of Indian girl. Here is a wall art of a Malay boy. So looks like India has pretty close connections with Malaysia in more ways than one. So we are at the Canopy Walk, the Langur Way, the world's longest two-span stress ribbon bridge, whatever you call it. We've seen pictures, it's exciting definitely, and hence we are here. Let's go take a walk and see what it offers to us. Right now we are on the Crest Treetop Walk, which is the highest accessible observation platform here in Penang. This is about 800 meters above sea level. So, and here we are at the top of Penang in literal ways. To the starting point is included in the ticket. But apparently my thought is probably the views would be much better if we go towards the evening. Ideally for such observation decks, you should visit at a time where you can see both the day and the night views. For now, I'm walking to Georgetown, which is just right across here, trying to see the old world charm, the colonial charm of Penang, the charm that brings people here, right? Komtar Tower is nothing different from Marina Bay Sands in Singapore or Twin Towers in Kuala Lumpur. People come to Penang to get close to the culture. Rapid Penang runs a special service which is free of cost. You can just board it and then travel across various points within Georgetown. More from a tourist point of view, trying to support tourists, actually attract tourists so that they can come here and spend money. These are the streets of Georgetown, the famous part of Penang, which is recognized by UNESCO as World Heritage Site. So we are in Little India right now. This is a small part of Georgetown. As soon as you come to Little India, you feel at home. You see all those familiar names out there, familiar brands, Kanchipuram sarees, Malabar gold. These are some things that would be there in every Little India. Probably would be a good place if you are looking for some Indian food. But other than that, nothing very different that you need to skip anything else and come out here. This is a temple devoted to Sri Mariamma. This is the oldest temple out here in Georgetown, Penang. The one that you see behind me is the one I'm talking about. A pretty important place of worship for the local Indians out here. Real cities are not the Comtar Towers, the skyscrapers, the finish of the airports. It is in these ghettos, little India's, Chinatowns, Arab streets, individual culmination of settlements where people are from different societies are segregated in those ways. So these are those areas that would give you that actual feel, and hence we do this walking across the towns whenever we get a chance to get the real feel. So while public transportation is established in Penang and buses are there and they're plying regularly, but what we've seen is they don't stop at every stop even if there are passengers waiting. I don't know if it's cultural thing or if drivers are tired by the evening. Yeah, but Grab is pretty economical out here, so you can easily book a cab and that saves time and effort as well. So that's how we've been doing with. So this is that famous Instagram about Penang. This is the entrance to the Klang jetties, the settlement of Aboriginals out here. They still reside in those on those jetties, the floating piers. Good morning. Starting today because yes, you guessed it right. This is a sunrise day. So we are trying to explore what's the best place to see a sunrise here. Research tells us that Kartar Singh Drive is one area which has been developed into a promenade, so it should probably have a good view. Let's go and see. We are here right at the Karpal Singh Drive to witness the sunrise today. So it's again a very early start to the day. It's about 6:30, 6:40 in the morning. This is a kind of a promenade developed just for this purpose, for tourists or the locals to take a morning walk, enjoy the sea along with it, and have some good time. There are some coffee shops out there as well, so we'll take a stroll around it while we wait for the sunrise. And rush to the sunrise point now. Opposition leader and lawyer from Penang city, and hence a major road has been named after him. This is an upscale residential area, commercial area, whatever you can say, but it's an upscale area for sure. We can look at houses which are relatively plush. You got big buildings, skyscrapers in the background. So it's the developed part of Penang, if you could say that. It's the upcoming part of Penang. It's what would leave the Georgetown and the Chinatowns and the little Indias behind and come up and dominate the city over time. From Karpal Singh Drive to the Gurney Plaza, another upmarket area of Georgetown, the part that represents the developed Georgetown. This is a shopping mall just by the sea promenade. Based on the buildings that I see right behind me, this is the area which is representing the upcoming bustling city that Georgetown is, the importance of development, the importance of getting these skyscrapers up, rising from the Georgetown, the cultural, the smaller buildings, the ghettos going away and giving way to these bigger buildings, the skyscrapers. So we're walking on the Gurney Drive right now. It is a much posher promenade, and actually a promenade compared to the Karpal Singh Drive that we were there earlier for the sunrise. So we just checked out of the Tune Hotel, our stay here in Penang. It was a wonderful stay altogether, a good insight into the culture and hold up things that Malaysia is. Now let's head to our next destination. It's time to say bye to Penang and look forward to our next destination. So we are back at the Penang International Airport within 24 hours of our arrival here, obviously because of some delays on our incoming flight. But it was a great stay here in Penang. We loved our time out here, absorbing the culture, understanding the Chinese origin of the town and how the Chinese have come to inhabit most of the town or have become a majority out here. This is our first town in Malaysia. We are starting our Malaysia trip from here. We heard it's a different feel compared to rest of Malaysia. So we'll figure it out in the rest of the trip. But Penang is bidding us goodbye with tears in its own eyes in form of rains. The heavy rain has started right now. But life must go on, the trip must go on and new destinations and experience come in.